Hello, group. Welcome to Extract Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, Frank Zappa Incorporated gives us more from the archives. Halloween 78. Super Deluxe. There's been parts of the Halloween show from 78 released here and there. Just the whole thing. And a warm-up show leading to Halloween. So you get in the complete show on Halloween 1978 on October 27th, 1978. I imagine there's shows in between that someday, maybe after we're gone, will be released because. But Frank recorded everything. I think you gathered that by now. He's been dead over 30 years now. He recorded everything. And there's an archive, a big old archive of video and audio recordings, studio and live, every concert he recorded. So there's stuff and stuff to be released yet. Not exactly any new songs, but there's new variations of things that may well new stuff too. There's variations to come of various things we love to be released as the world turns. This, you may notice, is not a traditional album cover, because what you get is a devil mask of Frank, as you see, for you to wear, and 5 CDs that comprise the 5 live concerts. That's 62 tracks, not necessarily songs, some of it is silliness, and intros to music. 5 hours and 40 minutes. And it's here on YouTube. You can hear all 5 hours and 40 minutes of it. I was busy. I didn't hang on every second of sound being released by the speakers. But it's all quality. It all sounds good. Good mix. Oh, there's a false start on a song or two. But it's all great. It's live Frank Zappa. It's great. Okay. So, here's my warning. If you're looking for jamming, Frank Zappa and band going off for, 8-10 minutes at a clip, this is not that. This is the Does Humor Belong in Music, Frank Zappa. Nice, humorous, short songs. We love them all. And there's duplication between the two shows. Okay? So the second show, a lot of the same songs being played like they did in Halloween. So, but it's a different show. But the songs are the silly songs. Dancing Fool. The meek shall inherit nothing. Keep it creasy. I love those songs. I kept those 3 songs. Okay? Dancing Fool and The Meek Shall Hear Nothing, I kept it from the October 27th concert. Keep It Creasy is from the Halloween concert itself. Of course, what I would prefer is jamming. Not much jamming going on here. Not much improv exploration going on here. City Dining Lights, 10 minutes of that from Halloween. Kept that. Cool. Also from the Halloween set, Backyard Goose. Almost 19 and a half minutes of Backyard Goose with a violin player. Pitching it, not Jean-Luc Ponty. Another one. That's a really good jam. Almost 20 minutes. But that's not what you're going to get in this set, basically. Easy Meat. Honey, do you want a man like me? Nanook Rubs It. Dynamo Hum. Don't Eat the Yellow Snow. Muffin Man. Coneheads. You get Coneheads twice. Okay. Is Coneheads still... Do the kids know about Coneheads and Saturday Night Live? They ought to. But, Frank's tribute to the Coneheads. There's also, Frank being Frank, bring up a friend of his to tell a sexy story. The story of Ms. X. With, as his friend tells the story, Frank improvs some music with the band behind him. Coaching the crowd to, yell positively or negatively at certain parts of the story. This is a story about a date with Ms. X. Sexy old number. With a twist ending, there's not as much as a twist 2 generations later. But in 1978, boy howdy, there's a heck of a twist. In 78. In 25, But Frank was ahead of his time. And of course, so a lot of this short, funny songs in this 5 hours. Not so much jamming, not so much improv, which in my old age, I really like that Frank. This Frank, I would have loved this set when I was a younger man, when I first discovered Frank in my 20s. I'm not in my 20s anymore. Yeah, I love the short, funny songs. Absolutely. But now I appreciate the long jams much more than I did then. And I gave you a snippet of the 62 tracks you're getting in this box set of 5 CDs. God forbid what vinyl would cost. It has to be CD. And there's 5 CDs of that. And you get your mask. And a bit more stuff with the set. So it's cool. It's cool listening. More Frank. Fresh Frank. We need fresh Frank Zappa in our lives. Even the short, funny songs. Even if it's Coneheads. We need that. Yes, we do. But, my highlights was Well, I really like Meek Shall Hear Nothing. That was well done. City Tiny Lights. They jam on that. And Backward Goose, almost 19 and a half minutes. Good stuff. And we're going to get more Frank. And I'm going to get this to you in time so that, hey, go see if your local brick and mortar store has this in stock for you to buy, so your mask, you will have your mask by Halloween. Because I'm scheduling this for Wednesday. So, well, after you watch this, if you watch this on premiere day, you can get your Frank Zappa devil mask for Halloween. And nothing else, we'll have it for next year. So, that's what I got. Give me more Frank Zappa. Zappa Incorporated. We love it all. However you package it. We appreciate it. I have, I say often I have a shelf of. I got a shelf of Hawkwind over there. I got a shelf of AC/DC and AC/DC-like bands, Hawkwind, P-Funk. I got 2 shelves of that. Well, the second shelf is, other funk bands, but a little bit of P-Funk overflow. I got a Kiss to Nugent shelf. Frank has a shelf plus that overflows into miscellaneous. What Duran, I have my, I can't read it from here. Cowpunk bands and, what's that one section? Whatever it is. It's cool stuff. It's over there. So I got a shelf plus of Frank. I'll buy more Frank. Absolutely. There's a whole lot more Frank for me to get. Used to have a list of Frank, but I lost blank, with my old phone. So, more Frank, please. We love it. Looking forward to the next release from Frank Zappa Incorporated and his state and family and their infighting and whatever else is going on. Who cares? Just get us more Frank. That's all that matters. More Frank. We love it. Oh, I picked this up because it's time to wrap up. If you like this video, give it a like. Subscribe to Action Rock Corner. And I'll review the next Frank Zappa release whenever they do that. I'm sure. Ring the notification bell. And listen to Halloween 78 Super Deluxe Edition at the New York Palladium. People overseas watch me to massacre at least one word a show. Today it's whatever it is. Palladium. I had it in my head real clear, and that out of my mouth, no, sorry, isn't there. And for the latest in action rock, garage rock, punk, psychobilly, rockabilly, and classic and legacy bands like Frank Zappa. Give us more Zappa. We love it every time. And remember, fresh music, including fresh, live Frank Zappa from the day, is important. Keeps you regular, up here and elsewhere. And thank you for watching. Have fun with your music. And this is the Fun Songs by Frank Zappa. I forgot to mention any newbies watching. Naughty songs by Frank. Politically incorrect songs by Frank. Bobby Brown is on this twice. Remember, no one turns gay. If you make love with a certain woman that S&Ms you, that does not turn you gay. How in the world did a record company, knowing fully well of the assistance of the song Bobby Brown Goes Down, they allow someone to sign a record contract named Bobby Brown? Did they love the guy enough to warn him? Dude, there's a song with your name on it. Your exact name on it. The one your mommy and father gave you. That name. Maybe you want to make a variation of your name like the rappers do. No, he goes at it. He's Bobby Brown. Bless his heart. I love the song Bobby Brown. Even though I know it is medically incorrect information being imparted by our friend Frank Zappa. Even as a joke, Frank is not meaning this to be psychological, medical information about avoid certain women or you'll turn gay. Doesn't happen that way. Doesn't happen that way. Keep it in mind. By your life experience, it doesn't happen that way. But Frank was slightly homophobic. But we forgive him for that, I guess. And, of course, the meek shall hear nothing speaks to 2025 as much as it did then, or more so. Boy, howdy, more so. The meek shall inherit nothing at all. Thanks for watching. See you again soon.